We are back for another episode of Too Skint to Scrap. Back on the Amazon. So far last week you saw me rebuild quite a lot of that back end. So to start with, I'm not going to mess around and talk too much. We are just going to get on grinding that welding back and then cracking on with that welding. I've got my pal Jason with me today. You're definitely going to see him later on in future episodes as well, because we've got things going on in the background that's for you to see later on down the line. But he's helping me out. So let's roll them credits. Let's go.
I keep dreaming, but my dreams keep flying away. A song we're far beyond. Keep chasing them and I never rest for a day. There's something I don't do. I feel the wind blowing my face, but that's alright. I smile at people passing by.
We have got everything ground back here. It's looking pretty sweet. I don't know why they covered all of that decent metal with a massive patch panel. It's just going to cause more rusting. So we're down to one skin. We're down to one skin again here. The original ribs are still there. We're solid on the bottom. We've got all our spot welds along that bottom edge. Back to how factory was.
It's been a while since I ran into you on a street. I wonder if you move.
We have uncovered a hole just here, which is brilliant. Just a bit of thin metal that was rusty, that didn't really show up before, but the welding, just a bit of heat, and that killed that. We've got everything up in there, all sorted as well. We're going to start building off of that back edge again. We've got to put in that piece into the wheel arch, but so far so good. What do you think then, guys? Just grinding back and checking all of this section. Also, where we found that little bit of paper in the last episode, I've now fully cut that out, as you can see, and we're going to have to make a new patch for that. But we had to find good metal again, so that's just what I'm up to now, grinding it all down, making everything as plush as I can with that angle grinder. Not a lot of space in there. I'm going to bring a tool I've got at the workshop for next time. Running along the bottom now, just cleaning it up a little bit, just making it look a little bit better. Some loose welding wire coming out through some holes I made, but just getting everything prepped and ready for the next stage.
I've been calling out your name from the darkness, thinking it's too late. If you're faded, I've been too much on your plate. I'll keep hiding, calling out your name, calling out your name. Calling out your name. Calling out your name.
So Biggs had a little play while I wasn't there, but did a bit of filming for himself. Well done, Biggs. He's actually fighting this wing off, as you can see. I think that he's gonna get the angle grinder. Biggs also managed to get the wing off of the other car, which seems to be a really good wing. Yeah, it's got a little bit on it, but maybe we'll just have a wire brush out, give it a good looking over. Obviously we will prep the inside of that wing with epoxy and some stone guard, but structurally the inner wing's really great here, and you will see moving forward the other wing.
Now I'm ready to dive in. I know you told you it would be a slow burn.
So we pulled this wing off. Just me and Big's having a little look now, and oh my god, it is terrible. You see me there? Straight away, loads of rust, all of that's fallen out, and we just yank on the whole lot and it all comes away. Thankfully, we have got the other one, which is an awful lot better. So we're going to be cutting that one out and cutting the new one up and putting the new one on the old one. No wing support left there. Well, I think this bit here is going to have to go as well. Thankfully, the other one is mint, so we're going to have to do some spot weld drilling, drill out all the spot welds on the other one, make good what we're going to weld to on this one. But let's get back to the back end. Biggs has done a great job getting both the front wings off. I think his next job is to swap everything on both doors. So get everything out of this door, put it into that door over there, and then is so we can swap the doors around. It keeps this one watertight with the new door on, and then but that means that door's done pretty much. The back door's got one small bit of rust, so let's go and finish that back end, and then we can move forward to this bit. Thankfully, the other side's had a new wing, but it might be worth taking off just to check what's underneath. But apart from that, she doesn't look too bad. He's having a knock now and it doesn't sound too bad. It sounds like metal, which obviously this one did not. All right, let's get back to welding and making parts for the back end.
But you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back got disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. No man to tell me you're no good. I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away to you, the way to you, the way to you.
Jason's here, just cleaning up the replacement panel we bought. It was off of another car. It does have its own issues, but nowhere near as bad as the other one. Just making a template there to make the new panel full.
Yeah, I wouldn't wanna be you for real, but if it don't play that for me.
And Jason's made a little template there. Made it too wide that way so that we can make the flitch, and then cut the flitch back once we know what size we want it. But it's nice to have some fresh metal in there. This was the bit we're most concerned about because we've got our ribs in there. So we wanted to keep them, make them nice, because the other one was shot. So this is the bit we got to keep, and we can, yeah, fresh metal in here would be sound. Then we've got to make the other piece that goes to it, so. So I've just welded this bottom flitch piece. Sorry about the flashing, it seems to be whatever light we're using at the minute. But yeah, so I've welded this up. I'm going to grind that back down and weld that back into the car. Just off camera, I have finished welding all this section up. We've got that bit in there as well, all done. But this here is 2 pieces of metal. You can see sort of where they've welded it on the underside on here. So I'm actually going to cut this right back. And then you've seen Jason so far you've seen Jason clean up this panels that we got. We've hammered it flat here, but he is also, and you've seen him make the paper template, but we picked up some more metal. So Jason's going to crack on with that, and I'm going to film him doing that. I'm going to just, you know, grind some bits, weld some other little bits in, make some more panels. But you know, you've seen a lot of welding recently, and there's a lot of welding time lapse in this currently, so I thought it'd be more fun for you guys just to watch him actually make a panel, and then we'll get that welded up, and we need to then make the matching flitch that's going to go along there. Luckily we've got the other car, so we've been able to take some measurements so we know where the original flitch went. So I'm going to put you back on time lapse. There seems to be a lot in this, but we're getting a lot of work done for one video. Well, I think so anyway. But we'll get Jason back on time lapse, and you can watch him make this panel. So let's go. I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, of my shoulder. Done with my cigarette, and when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, the weight of you. Don't need a no man. Over the weekend I just cleaned up a couple of bits. I've remade this little section here, and I filled in the little hole that was here. It's come out pretty well, and also not sure how well you can see, but filled in that hole up there. So it's looking pretty good. I'm going to come back and grind all this back a bit better later on. We're down to that section there. I have put some I've put some primer on it just to stop it from rusting. So the last thing you guys saw was Jason made this panel, and I think you see a little bit of me welding it up, but I've welded it all the way along apart from that end over there. I want to make sure that that little curve's in the right place, and I just want to make sure that we've got it right all the way down to here. So I haven't done this bit either, but I'm going to do that once it's in. So let's grind all this back. We need to make a flitch that comes up. This is a bit oversized, so once I know what size it is, I can scribe a line, bend it over.
Jokes come off so ruthless. Bye bye, you can miss me with
guys saw was me making this up. We've got that flitch in there. So now, just off camera the other day, I made this panel up in the card. It's pretty much exactly what we want to go in here. So I'm going to make this panel, and then I'm going to weld it to this panel, and then once that's in position, we can hold it up against the hole, give it one last scribe in place. I've actually got the outside, the old outside panel here stuck on, just so I know where it finishes here, so that we can line it up with that bottom piece, so I know where it goes. Basically, this is the last bit to make in here, but that's going to wait. That's going to wait until basically we're ready, but that'll be the next episode. So let's get that other panel made up and let's go from there. Right, enjoy. Your new hun, don't even get me started on. You think you're a beat to every ghost drum. I see a boy who missed his home run. Boo-hoo, you can miss me with that shit. I think of you when I'm intoxicated. I don't know why I get frustrated. I bet I was on your mind last night with the by your side. Oh, you did. I bet you wish it's you and I can see that you still try. Oh, yes, please. So that's the end of that can.
But only in your memory, only in your memory. By your side it's you and me, only in your memory. You wish it's only you and me. I really need to get some sleep. Used to say it's you and me, only in your memory.
Right, that's our panel welded together. Came out pretty well. It's come out pretty well, if I do say so myself. I've just got to put this against the car now, and we'll scribe the inside edge. So I'm gonna stick the video in the car and you can have a little look what we're up to while we're messing around with this. Alright, let's have a look.
Only in your memory. I bet I was on your mind last night with the by your side. Oh, you can't deny. I bet you wish it's you and I can see that you still try. Oh, your sweetest dream, but only in your memory.
Well, that is 99% of that corner rebuilt up. It's not looking bad. Sort of grinding dust down in the footwell there. I do need to go over all of it a little bit more. Just check for holes, you know, give them a little spot back in. Grind all that bit down in there a bit better. But, you know, it's definitely 100% better than what was there. I've still got a little panel to put back in here, and I'm gonna, you know, build up this little corner here a bit better. I'll do that from the other side. Just wanted to make sure that You know, we've got everything all in line, everything's right. This is what it looks like from the outside. That is not bad from what we started off with. In the next episode, I'm going to concentrate on this panel here, building up this little corner down here so that that joins back up again. We'll put that other panel on in the inside, and I've just got to make this. I'd love to make this in one piece. Unfortunately, on the good car, they have also filled that with filler and cut it up and just made it a bit of a nuisance. So it looks like, I think I'm going to be making it one panel here, then this long piece here, and then I need to do this piece here. But I think that'll be easier as a separate section. You know, this is never going to be 100%, but this is going to be as good and as strong, you know, rust-free as it possibly can be. You know, this is still in a loose position so that we can know where it's got to go. That's it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen so far. If you didn't catch the first episode, you get to see how much rust there was to begin with and how far we've come. If you've enjoyed what you've seen in this episode, consider giving us a subscribe, a like, comment what you might have done differently. You know, rip my welding. I think, you know, I've turned the gas up a bit this time. It's outside weather, you know, the wind, the cold, you know, the gas. Actually, one of the subscribers, you know, made some good comments last episode. Thanks very much for that. You know, we know we're going through a little bit more gas than we used to, but at the end of the day, we've got to penetrate that weld, make sure it's not getting any rubbish in it. That's what the argon's for. But, you know, in the next episode, I've already told you what we're going to do. I want to try and get this back corner finished so we can start moving on to that front. So that's it. Take care and see you next time.